So it was that, and then he also said, like, something about it curving, like, sort of to, like, the right side or something. Something. I don't know. I have to look at the MRI results again. But he was basically like, this is the best result you could have gotten as opposed to having, like, a pinched nerve or something.
Yeah.
Like, you could literally just go to physical therapy and fix your fucking posture.
Yeah.
And, like, I've been trying to do that. And
the thing, both, like,
it's hard for me because the thing is, like,
our posture.
I work, like, a computer job, so I'm literally sitting at the computer all fucking day. And then when I'm not at the computer,
you're still on a computer or a tablet or a phone. Or we're still like this
because it's like but my primary hobby, and it's like, you know.
Yeah. It's those evolution posters where we start out as monkeys, and then we like start and then we stand upright as like cavemen, and then we go back to like hunching over because we're on the computer. It's like it's very, very real. Also, do you have the carpal tunnel? I also have like a little carpal tunnel.
Yeah, a little bit.
Being on the keyboard.
But I think my orthopedic said that was also partially contributing to like whatever nerve weirdness I had going on too. I mean, I still did have carpal tunnel, but the carpal tunnel has not been bothering me for like a few months.
Yeah.
So
my carpal tunnel's been way better because I put a cushion under, not a brace. I put a cushion under my wrist, so instead of being flexed like this, it's like straight like that.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So like
I just always make sure that like something's here.
Yeah, all my mouse pads have like cushions on them, like an extra cushion, so that way like when I'm using it helps. And I also use a vertical mouse too.
Oh yeah, that's right. It looks fucking weird. It looks like out of an H.R. Geiger painting.
It's fantastic.
If you didn't know it was a vertical mouse, you'd look at it and be like, "What the fuck am I looking at?
Like, what is that?
What is that? It looks crazy." But
it's great though, because like the thing is like with the vertical mouse, it's designed in the way where like, you know, your hand sits in the natural, like,
for those who are not watching, the way she's describing it is when you are standing straight, your hand, the palm of your hand is facing your body. That's the natural position of your wrist.
Yeah.
It's not natural that your palms face the floor.
Yes.
And that's what you have to do when you're using a computer and a phone and an iPad and all that. So this is unnatural. So your vertical mouse puts your wrist back into the natural position.
Yeah.
Like this.
Mm-hmm. It's hard for me to like explain
it off if you want to. I don't see any reason why you would do that, but you could if you wanted to. If it was your prerogative to do so.
Yeah. It's a quote unquote free country. Do what you want.
Not anymore. It's not. After Project 2025 takes over, it's very much so not going to be a free country.
God, don't remind me.
I'm sorry. It just happened. We're not going to talk. Well, maybe we'll talk about it with Brett, because he's in Canada and he can give us his perspective on what he thinks about the U.S. election.
I will talk. Yeah,
we'll talk about it with him.
I'm open to like talking about it with him, and then after that I want to sit.
Let's never speak of it again.
I just want to sit in my blissful ignorance for as long as I can.
We got until January something
inauguration.
Until inauguration, yeah.
I don't know.
We'll have the biggest crowds we've ever had.
There's the biggest crowd. The only crowd.
The only, yeah.
They were great.
Oh my god.
I can't.
Can't wait. Can't wait. Okay.
He's a 10, but does not have the biggest crowd.
Doesn't have the biggest crowd. He's a 10, but he doesn't have the biggest crowds. But it's like, he's a 10, but he doesn't have the biggest crowds. Bigger crowds than anybody. Bigger crowds than Obama. That's funny. Mm-mm. You made a funny.
Did I?
Do you know where that's from?
It's so weird. Where is that from?
You made a funny. You made another fun. Well, the actual character says, "I made a funny," in the first movie. And the second movie, he says, "I made another funny." It's from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies where the guys were in suits, and Master Splinter says it. Because Master Splinter is a very like serious character, and in the first movie he goes, "I made a funny." He made a joke.
The original, like the TMNT movie, like was it live action?
Yes, it was live. It was
from the 80s.
Yeah, or 80s or 90s.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
Holy.
It was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Secret of the Ooze, and then the third one was S.
Oh.
And then they left the franchise alone for like a decade or so, and then came out with the newer TMNTs, where they're literally called TMNT.
The most recent one I watched that came out in the theaters, I liked a lot.
Yeah, the newer ones are
I
good.
Did like that one.
I need to see Transformers 1.
I have not watched.
I don't understand why they. I mean, maybe if I watched it, I would know why they called it 1. But I feel like the same thing about like Godzilla -1. Like, there's a lot of ones going on. You know, I want to see that movie too.
They did the same thing with like Mortal Kombat. I think like there's been a shitload of Mortal Kombat video games, and then
they just started over with like Mortal Kombat 1.
I was like, we're in 2024. This shit dates back to the 90s.
Yeah, like, I think they were up to Mortal Kombat X or something, and then just kind of started over.
I think 11, and then they started over. I was like, why? Oh, I got a Brett update. He says, okay, I think I'm groovy. Just collecting booze. Call me and we'll party.
Hey. All right. So we have a bunch more of these to go through, but we don't have to do them all right now. There's going to be a lot more of He's a 10 But going on, but we're going to try to include Vicky's Vancouver friend Brett in our conversation.
Yay!
Let's do one more or two more. He's a 10 Butts, because then we will be at like a perfect hour.
Okay.
And I like to do like hour. You know, it's easier to do hour long things. Like if I'm gonna break it up, you know what I mean?
Do we take breaks in between?
Yeah, we can take breaks, and you can eat as many chips as you want.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hope it doesn't cut the audio
until we start. And she's like,
I'm
like, okay.
Sorry.
She's like my cats who are completely quiet, and as soon as I press record, they're like, meow, meow. I'm just like, what? Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. My cats are very loud and obnoxious. I love them so much, but Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Hella
loud. He's a 10, but he has horrible BO.
Oh, it's a 0, baby. I'm sorry.
It depends on if he can wash it off for me. If it's BO that just stays, and there's just no, like, he's got a genetic problem and there's just no way he can get rid of it, like, I can't.
I feel bad.
I do feel bad too, because he's a 10. He's a 10.
He hot, but like, that's not.
He hot, but I can't keep a clothespin on my nose like all day. Like all day?
Oh my god.
And you getting it on, you can't breathe, you got a mouth breathe, because you know, and then you inhaling it in your throat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you've ever like been around like real BO, I don't mean just like normal BO, like we have been around the BO that gets into your brain.
Ooh, oh.
It sets up shop in your stomach.
I've been there.
I know of someone who can stink up an entire house.
I know exactly.
You know who I'm talking about. Our family members know who we're talking about. But it's like, it's because I have such a visceral, and I lived with that for many, many years of my life. That's going to be no for me, dog. It's kind of pitchy. You know, it's kind of a little pitchy for me. It's going to be a 0 for me. And it sucks because, like, if it's a genetic thing and you literally can't do anything about it, like, I have no idea. I genuinely want to help you. Like, you know what I mean? Figure something out.
I wonder if, I feel like that would be the only, like, exception, but I don't know. It's really hard because I want to cuddle up and get all like warm and close to you, and it's gonna be hard if I gotta like clothespin my nose.
You gotta be like you cuddle them this way, and you just like.
No, it's just like having to come up for air every 3 seconds.
Yep. No, we're good. Yeah.
And plus, like, they can, like, if you do that a certain amount, they can sense, like, after a while, they can notice that shit.
Yeah, they'll
like,
know something's good. How do you explain that? Because here's the thing about, like, smell. I think that's really interesting. First of all, everyone has different body chemistry, like, not a big deal. But perfumes and cologne smell different on different people. Because it always mixes with your body chemistry. So if you smell like a smelly smell? No, if it's like, wait, is that Mr. Krabs who says that? I smell a smell that smells. I smell a smelly smell. A smell that smells. Smelly.
Oh my god. You can like edit that.
I will. I'll do exactly that. Smelly. Because I know that meme, but I didn't exactly know if it was Mr. Krabs or not.